Producers care. Listeners, they don't care. They just want to hear good music. So sample, just don't steal. Sample, flip, schlip, schlop, but don't copy, paste, drop. That's a bar.
I am Barack Obama. I am Barack Obama.
As an experienced producer, do you rely on manually making your own loops or do you use sampling ready loops? No, I use loops all the time. Samples, loops, samples, splice. Give me all that. Cymatics, Soul Surplus, any of the homies, Mad Keys, Decap, Omari Jazz, anybody. Give me the loops, bro. Give me the loops. I'm not ashamed. Short question, the number one tip when sampling, go. Damn, that's actually tough. The number one tip when sampling. My number one tip when sampling, because I just told you guys that I am okay with loops, right? But I would never just drag a loop on and leave it as is. So my number one tip for sampling is to never leave it as is. Even pitching it up or down, changing the tempo, a few slices here and there, that'll suffice. But I don't just drag and drop, okay? That's one thing I won't do, and that would be my number one tip. Having a good ear and feeling the energy, I understand where you guys are coming from, but realistically, it's just not good advice. You can't tell someone to have a good ear and feel the energy, because if you think about it, what does that even mean? How do you teach someone how to feel the energy? But at some point you can start to feel the energy and kind of vibe with it. That makes me feel a lot better. I was at one point feeling bad about using loops, even though I changed the tempo and layer the fuck out of it. Bro, yeah, you just got to think about it, bro. Like back in the day, the origins of hip hop, they'll take a drum break from some random 70s dance song or whatever, and then they'll take some other guitar riff or other sample from a different song, lay it on top of that drum pattern, and that was the beat. That's just how it started. The real truth about the samples and loops debate when it comes to the producer community is you guys are thinking about the wrong people. You're prioritizing the nerds and not prioritizing the listeners. At the end of the day, the listeners just want to hear good shit. Think about it this way. I think I recently talked about this in a video. I've been using samples my whole career, and it's mostly because your boy can't really play instruments. Let's take that l.dre video where I did that country song. When I did the country song on Ed's video, at first I was like, oh, I brought out my acoustic guitar over here, and I was like, man, it's l.dre. It's a bunch of producers. They're going to be mad if I use a loop. So I spent like 30, 40 minutes trying to figure out some chords, and then I just thought to myself, would people rather me make a bad beat, but I played the guitar myself? Or would they rather hear a good beat, but I used the guitar sample? Producers care. Listeners, they don't care. They just want to hear good music. So sample, just don't steal. Sample, flip, schlip, schlop, but don't copy, paste, drop. That's a fucking bar. That's a quotation right from l.dre's mouth. Sample, flip, schlip, that's schlop, right. What he said. Don't copy, paste, drop. That was me in the beginning, putting loops together from Splice that were completely unchanged. I'm a little against that, but if you're in the beginning, sure, go for it. Now here's a real sauce. Here's a real sauce. Come here. Let me get a little closer. You take a loop from Splice, drag it into Ableton, and then you're going to right click and you're going to scroll down to convert harmony to MIDI. Now you've turned that Splice loop into a MIDI loop, and now you can switch out to any sound. You know what I'm saying? They got that in everything. I'm sure most DAWs have like a audio to MIDI. Maybe there's plugins for it, but in Ableton it's super easy and it works pretty well. I'm just saying, like Kimmy Yuke just said right there, look, just remove some notes and you're chilling. No, look, hear me out, hear me out, hear me out. Take a loop from Splice, turn it into MIDI, and just rearrange that shit. Or no, hear me out, hear me out, hear me out. Take a loop from Splice, chop it up, and then convert it to MIDI. I'm just saying, bro, like, get creative, make it unrecognizable, and you're good, bro. Go download my packs and do it. I won't be mad. I got free packs on my website. Go download all of them, put them hoes into MIDI, and turn them into your own shit, and make some fire, bro. I'm not gonna come for you. If anything, I'll be happy for you.
I am Barack Obama. I am Barack Obama.